I need to make this crystal clear. I don't have problems with people. I don't have a motive to go out my way to disturb people's peace. Anywhere and everywhere I go, I don't. But there's a lot of trash, a lot of injustice I've been dealing with. And if I was to explain it to a person, sounds like I am mental. I'm sound like I'm mentally ill. But if I give you proof of folk what they're doing, then it's a different ball game. This is what it is here. I'm sick of the bull crap. This is sexual harassment at the job. I'm not disturbing nobody. I'm not lustful. I'm not thirsty like that. If I like somebody, I will bluntly tell them. But these people will do things. It makes me want to throw up. They do things and then go lie and spread rumors of me being lustful after them. There's no real help. For I spoke on it before, and whoever's participating in the agenda, unquote, they're telling folk, well, don't help them or don't turn the other cheek. Turn the other cheek. Ignore them. But if I have proof of what I'm going through, something has to stop. A lot of this foolishness has to stop. I already brought it up to one of the managers and supervisors, and nothing really was dealt with. Again, if I want someone to date someone, I have enough confidence in myself. I could bluntly tell them that. I don't need to beat around the bush. I don't need to make lustful eyes. That's so, ugh, I want to throw up. But there's none of that going on for me. But it's being done to me. And then folk are saying, oh, you're being lustful. And a lot of folk believe in the ones who tell the lies, but when they get revealed, they don't want it to be revealed. Let truth be revealed so people can heal and live their lives. That's what I'm all for. I don't have problems with all these people who are participating in the game, in the narrative. I don't have a problem with them. I got a problem with what they're doing, but I mainly got a problem with the ones who are paying for the wickedness to happen. Paying for the managers to turn a deaf ear when they're being harassed or disrespected. This video here is just going to be on sexual harassment at the job.
So there are a lot of people there.
Okay, so let me get you in a scenario, right? One supervisor, I get on the elevator and they didn't want me there. So they will get in my way. And imagine you're doing your job, you focus, your head is clear, you focus on where you're going, and when there's no one around, they would easily say, oh, you making lustful eyes at me. No, I'm focused on where I'm going. I'm not interested in looking at your crotch. I'm not looking at you with lustful eyes. None of that. So it happened once before, and several of the staff was participating in it. So they moved me from one building to another building. I'm going to be raw here because I don't care. I want to heal. I'm serious about healing. I'm serious about living my life. I need folk to get all the way off of my invisible nut sack. I'm not desperate for no man like this in no kind of a way. And I'm not giving nobody the impression that I'm thirsty. I want you to come chase me. It's none of that. They got cameras all in the building everywhere I go. So I can back up what I'm talking about, not just from what devices I have, but cameras that they have. So they moved me from one building to another building because I was complaining about how people come in my way to say I'm looking at them, and I'm not. My job duty was to mop the floors, so I want to get in there. I have 6 floors to mop and clean. I want to get there as soon as possible and get it done, because after a while, you're going to get tired throughout the shift. There's no, oh, I'm going to get this done as, quick as possible. It's one floor, 6 floors. And each floor, you have to sweep, mop, and collect trash. So there'll be people, if someone is near, I'm not going near them. I'm not going to collect the trash. I give them that right. But when they come in my way with the narratives, and it's like you can feel when someone has a plot, a scheme up their sleeve. They carry their energy of it, right? There will be folk will hand me over trash and wouldn't say nothing, like I'm a butler or something. I'm a human being. That's trash, say that's trash. So the lady put it on the table, and I politely collect the trash that was in the trash can and walked away, right? That wasn't disrespectful. Because no one told me verbally this is trash. This is one of the staff members coming and drop the items off, but this is the same one saying, I'm gonna come get in your space to say you lusting after me or making me feel uncomfortable when it's not facts. So I let the trash stay on the counter and I walked away. But there'll be so many incidents where staff will be around and will get in my way on purpose. You can hear me coming up the hall with the mop bucket. You can hear me coming with the trash can. Some people are so nice, and they were genuine, and I appreciate that. They will put their trash can out towards the end of the hall, and they'll go back to their seat. Which I collect the trash, and I went on to the next row. Each floor has about 4 to 5 rows to collect trash and sweep and mop. So I'm moving around a good bit. I'll drink my coffee, energy drink to keep me wired, to keep me alert, so I won't be worn down on low on energy. Okay? So, it's so many times when people who are monitoring you have a track on your phone to know when you're around, they do these things. Because very coincidental, as soon as I walk down the hallway, they're down the hallway. I'm not looking for special treatment. I could clean up around people when they're there and when they're not there. It doesn't make me a difference. I just want to get what I need and go. But it was so much of a problem where they wanted me to really quit and not be moved to another building. So not only that, if you see someone with a mop bucket and their head is down and you come in their space, that's not sexual harassment. If you see somebody walking down the hallway and they have what items they have, they're going to look ahead. That's not sexual harassment. That's not lust. Get real. A lot of people need to get real. Let the truth be told. So they didn't move me. I requested to move because I was fed up with people that's being paid to participate in the narrative. I asked to move. I called my supervisor. I have several problems with this. I'm trying to clean up and these people in the way. I'm doing all I can to wait till they leave. I will go to an empty floor where it's empty. And I can get what I need and do what I have to do and leave. But if you keep coming in someone's way and you see they're there, there's no kind of respect you have for that person. I mean, a general, respectful person, a human being. Okay. So they moved me to the other building. Meanwhile, security not looking at me funny. Because they thinking I'm lustful, I'm thirsty for a man, but yet I can never speak my piece, so this is it here. I don't care. I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings. I'm not being disrespectful to nobody. But it's about time a lot of foolishness stop in a lot of areas of my life. So they moved me to another building, right? This is where the things hit the fan. I asked security, I'm from Louisiana, and a lot of people from Louisiana are genuinely nice. I think there's two different kind of people being nice. There's the ones who are nice to be lustful, and then there's people who are just genuinely nice. There's no motive behind them being helpful or nice. There's no motive. There's nothing there. Okay, so I would ask security, can you open the door for me? In this situation, ask him, can you open the door for me? But he's being extra nice. Now, before this incident I'm about to play here, there was several incidents where one was lying, saying I'm lustful after them. They were like tag teaming me. Oh, such and such come in the area. You know, you when you speak to someone, usually they're not in the distance. And I'm saying to myself, what are you doing? Like, I'm not used to talking to people that far away, but I can, talk loud. I have no problem talking loud. I'm from Louisiana. We can talk loud, that don't bother me. But he was talking to me, but this individual dropped the paper for me to, I guess, to look down at the paper, but I didn't look at that. I'm just looking at him, looking at his face. I'm saying to myself, you need to quit. You need to stop. Before that, I asked the staff members, security. I asked them, I said, can you open the door for me? Or I was just communicating with them, having small talk with no agenda of communicating later or socializing outside the job. It's more of the conversation was more of the how hard the struggle is with working 2 jobs or 1 job. It was more of that. And he got the impression that I was trying to be lustful at them, which I wasn't. But that will go on, and I wouldn't know what's going on in the environment. You know, I'm nice to everybody. I'm respectful to everybody. I can communicate with everybody. But when I feel something weird, I'm pulling the hell back because I ain't with the bull crap. So many other times, different people coming at me lustful, either in the distance talking to me like I'm going to look at their crotch and crap, or coming at me when they see me low down doing something. Another individual, I made it clear, when you enter a room, can you make yourself known? Don't just creep up on me and my head is down, but when I look up, you know, you right there. But you say I'm lustful after you. I'm on several cups of coffee or a cup of coffee and the energy drink. I have one earbud in and one out so I can hear my surroundings, but I'm not paying attention to my surroundings. My surroundings are not my focus. My focus is to clean. You know, you focus on where you're going, where you're walking, but when you're doing your job, you're doing your responsibilities, you're not focused on what's going on. So there was a problem with that several times. And this is after dealing with several individuals, more than one, thinking I'm lustful after them. I'm not naming names here now. I'm not naming names. This is messy as hell. But whatever it takes to clear out my name and for this bullcrap to stop, I'm all for it. Because it just didn't happen at just this job environment. A lot of the job environments I work at, this is the problem. And when I go to higher management, I'm being ignored. I'm being overlooked. I've spoken with the manager about one incident, just the day before yesterday. And what was told to me was, oh, excuse me, ma'am, I have another call coming in. Can you please let me go attend to this phone call. So what you about to hear is me being fed up when my motives are genuine. I don't have no bad blood towards nobody. I'm not picking on nobody. I'm not thirsty for nobody. But this is me being fed up. This is not even me crashing out. This is me being fed up. And you hear me speaking it to one of staff members who know very well about it. Very well.